G'day gamers, Ranger Tony here, back with more of our Neverwinter Nights 2 official campaign human archery ranger playthrough of, well, Neverwinter Nights 2. Yeah, that didn't go quite as well as I had hoped. Anyway, um, when last we left off, we are back in Neverwinter. We had done some stuff in and around the countryside, cleaning up, fixing up Old Owl Well, the problems there. We got back to town. We had to um, investigate a ship at the docks that was bringing in Luskanites that were just ready to cause trouble. And now we've been tasked to come back and come into the Githyanki lair. Now, the funny thing is that you don't really hear a lot about the Githyanki up until this point. You've seen the Bladelings, and then there's been one cutscene where you see a Githyanki talking to some figure in some sort of magical portal type thing. But he didn't really get identified as a Githyanki, and this is the first time you get that, but you don't really know until you look on the map. So, yeah, I find that interesting. Anyway, let's dive on in and see where we go. All right, I do not remember a lot about this, but I do want to point out that some of the options that I have taken previously for my build of my Ranger are going to start paying off here. So, for example, we have favored enemy outsiders. Githyanki are considered outsiders. So that was the first favored enemy that we got. So this one, because this was our first one, our bonus against outsiders now should be +3. Because that was the first one that we took. We then took undead, so our bonus against undead should now be +2, because it says here we gain a +1 bonus to damage rolls, and then every 5 levels the ranger may choose an additional favored enemy, and all bonuses against all favored enemy increase by +1. So outsiders will be +3, undead will be +2, constructs will be +1. It's going to help us a little bit, right? It's not going to be all and end all, but that was the reason why we picked that. Constructs. We will soon see the reason why I picked constructs. Oh yes, there is a chest over there. I don't really, as I said, really remember. Oh, there's a door there. I don't really remember a lot of this place. And very good. When the smoke clears, when the fire clears, I guess we will continue on. Actually, it doesn't matter. We can walk through it. Another door here. Not dropping anything. This one did. What do you got? Copper necklace. Woohoo, I'm rich. No one in this corridor. Alright. To battle! Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Okay, that was a little dangerous. Wall of Fire worked well there against that Yankee caster. So I'm happy with that. Shouldn't have picked up those bolts. Okay, let's rest. Get our health back from that fireball. I should have paid more attention to what that Yankee was doing. Oop. Bladelings. Big problem playing in buildings like this. You get stuck behind doors. Helgar can't get into the fight because there's doors in the way. Why the hell?
Well. Looks like we have some new targets.
Why the hell are you running in and attacking hand to hand? That makes no sense whatsoever. Can we... Good. I feel like I should come down here. So that door there leads into the entryway. Alright, we'll come back around this way. Because A, there's a dead Githyanki in the door up here, I think. Right there. Your light wounds potion. Hardly seems worth it at this point in the game. Cannot rest when there are enemies nearby. I shouldn't have moved forward like that. Alright. Oh.
Enemies are near.
These guys don't have any healing supplies. How did that happen? Here, Kelgar. Take that. Okay, we've got to be a bit more careful in here. They've got some casters that are really hitting hard. Alright, let's rest. Oh, enemies nearby. Okay, let's try a couple of things. Can we come up to this corner and rest? Nope. Alright. So, what we're going to do... What the... Where'd he come from? Okay, at least we can rest now. And yeah, quick save is probably not a bad idea either, is it? Okay, so we came through that door. I've got a funny feeling that door is trapped. No? Alright. Thought I remembered it being trapped, but obviously I didn't. Alright. Just quick save here. Let's head on in. And that is a blade golem, and that is why I have favorite enemy constructs. There's probably not a lot of golems in this. What the hell are you doing that close to anything? I don't think we get to kill it. I think it runs away. Yeah. What in the nine hells was that? Just to make sure my eyes aren't lying to me, a huge suit of armor did smash through here, attack the Githyanki and us, and then we drove it back through that portal. Because if my drinking is catching up with me, I'm stopping right now. That was a man-made creature, a golem, and it was sent against us both. It is good it was driven back through that portal. If it hadn't, I think we're all done here. Unless you want to poke around more, we should probably report back. Well, there is a chest over here. I'm not going to waste the chance to get a little bit of loot. Although at this stage, it is trapped. But a few arrows gets rid of the trap. And a wand of sleep. All of that for a wand of sleep. I mean, at this point in the game, a wand of sleep is not a lot of help. It is basically a level 2 sleep spell. Which is not a lot. It's not going to stop anything that we come across now, because the sleep spell has a maximum level limit that it will work on. And I think it's like 6 or 8 hit dice, or combined levels. Wait, where did you guys come from? Okay, that got rid of that. Oh, I'm gonna say that got rid of that spellcaster, but there was more than one. That's alright. We did get rid of them nice and quick. What have you got there? More Cure Light Wounds potions. Look, I am literally going to sell those. I think that's the door out. Yeah. Right, I think we have to head back. Oh, we should rest, I guess. I think we have to head back to the captain and tell her what has happened. I'm not 100% sure, but I've got the feeling this is where we finally get allowed to go to the Black Lake District. Here we go.
Lieutenant, you have done well. These men are from the Nine, under the service of Captain Naval.
You know our orders were that you give us the location of the assassins, Captain Berlena, and let us deal with them. And now with the death of Lord Hawks, I think the Watch's attention could have been better spent elsewhere.
I believe the Nine and the Cloak Tower are the ones responsible for the Watch in Black Lake. This matter was something my lieutenant could handle on his own, and has. I hope you're not blaming us for Lord Hawk's death. As I recall, the order given to the Watch were to man the gates of Black Lake and solely act as couriers for the Nine and the Cloak Tower mages. We are, as always, ready and able to serve Neverwinter in any capacity requested. If you wish us to take a greater role in the Black Lake investigation, then we would be happy to assist.
I doubt any order I give you would be followed to the letter, Captain, but I appreciate your gesture nonetheless. Good day, Captain. Lieutenant.
Knob.
As you no doubt heard, Lieutenant, while you were on your mission, there was another death in Black Lake, Lord Hawks.
What happened?
Lord Hawks died in the same manner as Lord Gentry. There was no forced entry and no wounds upon the body. He was struck dead, his body found this morning.
Magic. Can I help?
You have done all I asked at the docks, and now I am giving you official permission to enter the Black Lake District. But do not interfere with the investigation there. I fear I have pushed the Nine as far as they will go in this matter. As for the docks, I suspect they will always give us trouble, but with your help we have made great strides in restoring order to the area, and trade should improve as a result. Lord Nasher will be pleased, and I shall make sure to mention your name to him. Thank you for your efforts, Lieutenant, and fortune be with you on your travels in the Black Lake District.
Yay. It doesn't really make a huge amount of sense that we're no longer being sent on missions. We can just toodaloo off to the Black Lake District and don't cause trouble. But I'm not going to complain, because that's where we need to be headed. I believe that there is the gate to the Black Lake District. I have a pass from Captain Berlino. I am just to go to Aldenon's house at the moment. I can do that. Aldenon's, you said, right? Well, here we are. Don't expect too warm of a welcome, though. He's been even more detached lately. I'll just wait here while you talk to him. I'm sorry, are you here with a delivery? I'm with the City Watch. I'd like to ask you some questions. The Watch. Whatever are you here for? Is someone in trouble? No trouble, but you have information that I need. Really? I'm always happy to help the Watch, and information is something of a specialty of mine, you know, quite a hobby. Let me just remove these wards. They're all disarmed, I think. Come right on in. He thinks, like, seriously, you'd want to be sure that the wards are gone.
Well met. Please forgive my rather rude questions at the door. I would never intentionally stand in the way of the City Watch. Well, unless there was nowhere else left to stand, really. But that wouldn't happen unless there was a flood. I must confess, normally I'm rather, well, reclusive. Not that I dislike people, mind you. Quite the contrary. But lately, with all the troubles, a murderer on the loose and young nobles sneaking around up to who knows what, I've had to place wards around my home.
Wards? Warding your home?
Ah, yes. Lately, I've seen figures sneaking around in the dark. And not that well-meaning sort of sneaking either. It's obvious what they want.
What do they want?
Why, my house, of course. As if I would ever sell it. Ridiculous. I'd sooner give up my left eye. But my right annoys me at times, so that would be an easier sell.
All right, please go on.
In any event, back when I first settled in Neverwinter, my humble abode was on the outskirts of Black Lake, bordering acres of untouched wilderness. Now, with Neverwinter being rebuilt, following all that plague nonsense, my property went from the periphery to being right on the main thoroughfare of the rich part of Neverwinter. All the nobility wants to live in Black Lake, but there's no more room, so lately they've been trying various ways to convince me to sell my land.
How do they try to get you to leave?
First, they tried offering me ridiculous sums of gold. What do I need with more gold? Next, they tried making loud noises late at night, but I need little sleep. So the only thing they accomplished was scaring away the night birds that raid my garden, for which I thank them. Lately, they must be getting desperate, because most nights I can look out and see them watching me.
Anything I can do to help?
Oh no, not at all. My wards work quite well, and these nobles are too civilized to try anything worse than mild harassment.
Are you sure these figures you see are nobles?
Of course. Who else would sneak around my home? Well, present company excluded. Oh, that's right. You came here for a reason, yes?
It's a long story.
Great dear, what a tale. The moment you arrived, I knew I'd be interested in meeting you. Wish I'd known that when I first greeted you. Would have saved some time. You've certainly come to the right place. A while ago, I found another shard with properties similar to the ones you possess. I've done every possible test on the shard, but learned little. However, I've never had another shard to compare it against. If you'd like some answers, I'll gladly run some tests on your shards. I have just enough quicksilver to do it.
Here you go.
Thank you. I'll be right back with this. My tests are complete. With another shard to use as a comparison, well, I learned quite a bit. Quite a lot, actually. It appears these shards contain latent magical energy, either caused by a strong enchantment from when they were whole or from their method of destruction. Furthermore, the shards resonate when they are brought together, increasing their magical energy output accordingly. These shards are pieces of a broken Githyanki's silver sword. Are you familiar with the Githyanki?
Um, I'd be interested in hearing what you know about them.
The Githyanki are a race of beings that dwell on the astral plane, led by Vlakith, the Lich Queen. Not a nice woman, I hear. Ages ago, the ancestors of the Githyanki were human and inhabited another plane of existence, where they were enslaved by the Illithids, or Mind Flayers. Then came Gith. Little is known about her outside the Githyanki, but she led the rebellion to free her people of the Illithids, and is considered the hero and founder of the Githyanki people. The Githyanki silver swords are forged with the special purpose of severing the silver cord that connects the form of an astrally projecting traveler to his or her material counterpart. They look like a regular Githyanki weapon until used in combat, at which point they turn into a column of flowing, shimmering liquid. Really quite amazing, I'm told. I believe the shards that you have found are pieces of one of these silver swords. I presume the Githyanki have come to Faerun to recover the shards.
Why would they care about the pieces of a broken sword?
I've never heard of one being broken before. It could be that the Githyanki are as interested in how it was broken as they are in reclaiming the pieces.
I fought Githyanki, but none of their weapons had the properties you describe.
Common Githyanki would not possess a silver sword. These swords are rare and highly prized. They are given by the Lich Queen to only the greatest of Githyanki knights. When one of their silver swords falls into the hands of a non-Githyanki, they will go to extraordinary lengths to recover it.
Do they often lose their silver swords?
Often enough that there is a special group of Githyanki, the Sword Stalkers, whose sole purpose is to seek out any of the missing silver swords and punish the thieves who took them.
Anything more you can tell me about the shard?
I wish I knew more. Amon-Jero was the real expert. He actually possessed a silver sword.
Who is Armand-Jero?
Amon-Jero? Oh, he was a court wizard of Neverwinter decades ago. I met him a few times. He was a nice fellow, a little absent-minded, with a tendency to drift off the subject. Amon-Jero reminded me of my old mentor, Master Growler. Had the largest collection of noisy, exotic birds, made quite a racket, you know, chirping and squawking.
Where can I find him?
Well, he's dead now, so I'm not sure finding him will help you much. When word of Amon's death reached me, it was from a messenger who had heard it in passing. The nobles who ruled Neverwinter at the time must have assumed I would simply know if another scholar passed away, for they had not mentioned it to me. It was almost an afterthought. I learned later that it was partly due to what Amon's family wanted, and what had been requested by the deceased, to enter life quietly and to leave it the same way. It is sad in this age when the passing of a humble scholar and indistinct court wizard barely warrants a footnote in history. It makes me wonder, will anyone remember me when I'm gone?
I'm sure you will not be forgotten.
That's kind of you to say. But unlike Amon-Jero, I will not be survived by any family.
That can be taken more than one way. You could assume, on one hand, that he has no family. You could assume, on the other, that he will not be survived by any family. In other words, he's already killed them. But that's me being overly morbid. Would Armand-Jero's family have access to more of his
I
research?
suppose they would, but the Jero family was said to have moved far away from Neverwinter after the war, and Amon-Jero's passing. I have no idea where they might be now.
So I can't talk to Jero or his family. Any suggestions?
Well, there is Jero's Haven. I suppose you could try looking there.
Armand-Jero had a haven? Where?
It was a private retreat of some sort, where he went for solitude. I know it exists, but I don't know where. I suspect that the Neverwinter archives here in Blacklake would have its location. They typically keep noble family records in the secured archives. They don't allow just anyone to access them, though. I petitioned to be allowed to peruse the secured archives, but I was denied because, well, some silly misunderstanding regarding misplaced books that somehow ended up in my possession.
How can I gain access to the secured archives?
Normally, you would have to petition for access, which could take several weeks. However, ask the guards at the archives to speak directly with Archives Administrator Kotnik. He has been known to let me in, quietly on occasion.
Thank you for helping me.
Very well. Thank you for your visit, and for letting me chat with you. Quite enlightening, really. Oh, and before I forget, you may take my shard. I've no use for it any longer, and who knows, you may gather more. Do be careful, though. I plan to raise my wards again after you have left to keep out those young nobles skulking about. Hope we haven't talked too long. Otherwise, they may have gathered their courage and attempted to sneak in.
You were there for a while, but no worries. I found a stout branch and whittled a carving for Harmony, my fiancée. Thank you for your patience. Can we go to the archives now? The archives, where my orders were to take you straight to Aldenon's and back out again. Diplomacy. It will only be a short side trip. What's the harm? I suppose it'll be alright. It's just a short trip after all. I'm not one for books, though. I'll wait outside once you get there. Come with me. I get the feeling that there is a battle here, and if I remember rightly, there is. Oh yes, look at all of the enemies on the map. Very, very interesting indeed. Just the two in here by the looks of it. Not picking up anything else. Potion of cure moderate wounds. And some coinage. How am I doing for carrying capacity? Yeah. Do need to pay a bit of attention and clean up in a minute. Oh, not in a minute. Once we're done in here.
Take that! Take that!
Who's there? Answer me. I'm here to help. What's going on? Oh, thank God. I heard shouting and the sound of fighting and feared whatever evil had fallen on the archives would find me. I need to find information on Jero. Jero? That information would only be contained within the vault. Many of Neverwinter's secrets are kept there, but it is for our eyes only. More than Neverwinter is at stake here. I need that information. Very well, if you swear to protect Neverwinter and keep its secret safe, I will help you. Ooh, excuse me. Yep, sure. Very well. These marauders most likely seek entrance to the vault as well. You must find 4 pedestals in the archive. Upon each is parchment and a pen, which can only be seen by one wearing a caretaker's veil. Each of the pens will scribe a question on the parchment regarding a book. Sounds like the test the Academy instructors used to give, and just as fun. The pen and parchment will inform you of the books their questions concern and ask you for your answers. Answer all 4 correctly and you will open the vault. Anything else I need to know? Find the body of one of my fellow caretakers, take his veil and use it to find the panels. Now I must find my way out of here. Good fortune to you. Thank you for your help. Alright, so the way this works is once we've got the veil on from one of these guys, some of these panels will change from being just normal bookcases to actually having something worthwhile on them, I think. And there will be 4 books that we will need to get some information from to answer some questions in the vault, wherever that is. Oh, I think it's inside each of these little rooms there is one of the vaults. Now, there is also, so I believe, if I remember rightly, there are a couple of secret doors around here as well. So, we want to keep an eye out for them. Good. Is that all of them? They're coming back. Okay, that's all within sight here. Let's just clear out all of the enemies we can find first, I think. And find this veil that we need as well. Let's see, there's one of the things there. One of the pedestals with parchment, etc. Oh, my animal companion's gone. There we go. Much better. Rest, because you can never be too careful. Oh, that's actually one of the books that we need. I'm going to take that book with me. That's a cipher. I had a feeling there was a secret door behind that. Ah, no, there's the secret door. Not going to worry about that secret door just yet. We'll try and work that out later. I seem to remember the secret door was being around the back. Oh, hello there. Yeah, we need to stop you before you cast any more spells, please. Both of you. Alright. That looks like most of the guys in here. I've got a feeling the dead archivist, scribe, whatever he is in one of these rooms. But I could be wrong. He could be in the corridors. Yeah, I don't see anybody in this room. Yeah, another secret door there. Let's grab that book. Death of a Sailorman. Don't recall if that is like a pun on Death of a Salesman. Or not. Damn it, I was hoping that was our scholar. I mean, I'm not really hoping it's our scholar. I don't want one of the scholars to have been killed, but one of them is. And we need the books. Death of a Sailorman, Volume 2. I think we need to get into this inner section here, but I think that was the... That was what opens up once you work everything out. So, there we go. He was right near here, right here all along. This actually does do something. What does it do? True seeing. Dex penalty -4. Armor -2, because you can't see anymore. That's why. Right. So there'll be one more bookcase around here somewhere that we didn't find previously. Death of a Sailorman, Volume 1. Let's just make sure... Oh, another secret door. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's trapped. How am I missing? I'm standing like 3-4 meters away, and I missed twice. All right. This was the one that we looked at before, I think. Oh, no, it wasn't. Flat Faerun. Now that we've got the veil on... Oh, I know how we missed those chests earlier. The damn veil is making it hard for us to see. Now that we've got the veil on, though, we can open up these secret doors. And I think there's more than just the 2 secret doors. I think there's a whole bunch of them. There was one there, one there. There's going to be at least one there and one there. Probably even more than that. That was the one that we already opened. Right, very good. That's the secret door over there. You are also locked. Just a bunch of gold in that one. Secret door here. Missiles. Personally, I don't think it's much use giving that wand of missiles to... Where does that go? Oh, that's the back of the area that we're trying to get into. Death of a Sailorman, Volume 3. I thought we had all of those volumes already. 2. We got 2 copies of Sailorman version, Volume 2. There's 3. I thought we had Volume 1 somewhere as well. Let's sort everything. Maybe we don't have Volume 1 yet. Maybe we got multiple copies of Volume 2. Think we've done this one? Yeah. Okay. Another secret door. The bookcase. Luskan Threat to Neverwinter. More secret doors. Yeah, done that one. Be a good idea to save. I'm going to say that we have probably found all of the secret doors at this point. And I just don't... I don't know. I feel like we've found everything to be able to do these stories now. So let's come in and have a look. There's actually a book there now. Through the veil, you see the shapes of a feather pen and leather parchment lying on the pedestal, glowing with a soft light. When you approach, the pen rises into the air and scribes a question. The following question references Death of a Sailorman. Who is the captain of the Crimson Hawk? And we haven't looked yet. We can't get out of this. Wow. That was a complete fluke. Okay. Maybe we should have looked at these a little more. So what do we got here? Luskan Threat to Neverwinter. Anonymous source illustrating Luskan is subtle. Attempt to weaken Neverwinter by undermining political alliances. Lord Nasher must expand his political alliances across the Sword Coast to ward off aggression. The current Luskan ambassador, Torio Claven, is a spy for Luskan and cannot be trusted. Luskan's immediate short-term goal is the assassination of Lord Nasher. They will take advantage of the chaos to attack. Luskan may turn its attention to Raltham, again giving Neverwinter valuable time to prepare for a Luskan attack. Alright. What else have we got? Accoutrements of masterful wizardry and their construction. I don't think that was one of the books. No, that's a book that tells you how to make various items like rings of wizardry and such. A journal. Subject 1, Fellow of Waterdeep, male subject. This... Oh, that was all from rescuing Asani. The Ilfan cipher, that was right. Nyx is death, 1 is life, 2 is 1, 3 is to lead, 4 is to follow, 5 is nature. This is a pain because I don't think I can keep that open, and maybe I can. But I don't know which of the which of the other rooms is going to have the question on the Ilfan cipher. So this is the next one here. What else is there? Death of a Sailorman. Trenor B. Draven died. No single pirate. Many fables celebrate Draven's crowning achievement when he shipped the Sable Crow, sank the Luskan Pride. David was able to pilfer about 10,000 gold. As a result, Luskan entered a deep recession. What became of the 10,000 gold? He used the money to commission a sister ship to the Sable Crown, the Crimson Hawk. He gave the ship over to his favourite consort, Lariat Quist. With 2 powerful pirate ships, he intended to bring Luskan's commerce to its knees. Fortunately, his plans were thwarted by his own arrogance, and he was betrayed by the only person he'd ever shown kindness to. Right. That's another copy of Volume 2, Volume 1. I don't know that there was anything useful in there. The Book of All Elements, that's another book on how to make things. To counter the assumption of a flat Faerun. Since the beginning of recorded history, it has been popularly believed that Faerun is flat. Even when the magnet was discovered and the concept of gravity was postulated by ancient Ilfarm scholars, of all those times reasoned the objects are pulled towards the ground by the magical force exerted on all living things by the weave. However, from examining the recovered records of the Archmage Karis, we know that he actually succeeded in destructing the weave for several moments in an attempt to ascend to godhood. Great destruction followed, but history makes no mention of creatures falling up from Faerun into the heavens. Thus, gravity is not a magical force that is dependent upon the weave. In addition to this strong counter-evidence, many explorers have claimed to have travelled completely around Faerun through combinations of land and sea travel, and even magical flight, as described in the Journal of the Great Mage Icarian. Despite these testaments, many scholars still cling to the old notions of a flat Faerun. Even the strong evidence I have stated has been dismissed by so-called evidence. However, I can prove beyond doubt that Faerun is not flat, but rather is in fact the shape of a ring or donut. The remaining pages of this book look like they have been burned out. Yeah, they could probably have been burned out by a dragon, because a dragon could tell you whether the world is flat or not, quite simply because they can fly around it quicker than anybody else. That's more how to construct stuff. And that's Death of a Sailorman Volume 3. The Ilfan cipher. Let's leave that open in case we need it, and we'll try and guess the other answers if we don't know them. The Luskan threat to Neverwinter. Who wrote this document? An anonymous source. Correct. I wasn't actually entirely sure on that, but I knew it wasn't a couple of the other options. So I was hoping that I was correct. And I was, and I really should quick save now that I've got a lot of those done correctly. Make our way over to the next room. Quick save before we answer this question. Counter the assumptions of a flat Faerun. The author believes the shape of Faerun is a ring. Correct. All right. The last room is this one right here. Where is the door to it? This'll do. This is a door to it. All right, this is where we need this cipher. Let's see if we can get it worked out. The following references the Ilfan cipher. Shadow, weave, nature, death. 7, 6, 5, Nyx. 7, 6, 5, Nyx. What? Follow, 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 follow me. Me is 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know why the first one failed. I thought I got it right, but I'm probably going to get comments from people who tell me that I got it subtly wrong. Okay, so we don't need that or that open anymore. Let's quick save. Do I still want this veil on? I'm going to leave it on, but I'm not sure that I need or want it.
Of Haven. Interesting. There is another Jero. Ziri will want her. I shall take care of the descendant. Wipe out all mention of the thief. Then rejoin the others.
Oh, I remember now.
The Kalakcha! Kill him!
Did that book have anything? No. Archives records. These records of the Jero family have been partially destroyed. From what you can piece together, Armin Jero has one living relative. Chandra Jero has a farm near Highcliffe.
Small world. Hope the lass has forgiven us for the farm burning down.
We need to get to her at once. The Githyanki are probably heading there as we speak.
Head there. And let's leave it there. That's an hour for this video. I do not remember if this is quick or not. I do remember having done this previously in another playthrough, which I wasn't recording at the time. We will come back in the next episode where we will see what we can do to help Chandra. Thank you for joining me. I hope you have enjoyed it, and I will see you for the next one. Bye now.